What's going on? What's up, peoples? It's your boy Marlon B here, back at it again. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm up early. And I just wanted to chop it up with you for a little bit. Not much. I just had a thought cross my mind, and I was thinking to myself, I said, I could remember when I was 7 years old, right? And this was like this thought came based off who I was and how I always knew what I was going to be and how I was going to carry myself when I became a man. I remember when I was like 7 years old, right? And this was a time when my mother, it was just me and my mom, and my dad, he was on drugs. He had left probably when I was like 5 or 6 years old. And I can remember, this is when we lived on the west side on Avenue B. We lived it was like the lower west side, I believe. Anyway, we lived on Avenue B, and my dad, I remember he came by the house one day, um, and my mom had been single with me for like 2, 3 years at a time. So he came by the house one day, and he asked me to come outside, and I went to the side of the house, and he went in his pocket and he pulled out a $20 bill and a $10 bill, and he asked me which one did I want, and I lie to you not, man. At 7 years old, I remember in my mind really thinking about my dad's current state, like, yo, my dad on drugs. And I mean, I wasn't sitting there for like, 2, 3 minutes thinking about this. I just processed it quick. And this was even me telling you this now is even more impressive to think about how quick I was able to process that at 7 years old that quick. Because I didn't know what he was, coming by the house. Mind you, my father was in and out of my life. He didn't live in the house with me. When he left when I was like 5 years old, I mean, he left. He was gone. It wasn't like he'd pop up, stay a little while, then leave. He wasn't like that. My mom, when it came to that drug stuff, my mom was like, "Nah, you out." But anyway, he pulled me to the side of the house, pulled out this $10 bill, this $20 bill, and he said, "Son, which one do you want?" In my mind, I could remember processing quick, like, my dad on drugs. He need this money more than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I got a home. My mom makes sure I eat. I'm straight. And I took the $10 bill. I reached out and I grabbed a $10 bill. I said, I'm good, Dad. I'll take this right here. And I put it in my pocket. And my dad's reaction was like, okay, all right, son, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, in his head, he probably was hoping that I took the $10 bill. But, in my mind, I knew that 20 was more than 10 at 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? Most kids would have grabbed both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dad, give me the 20 and give me the 10. You know what I'm saying? Dad would be like, no, 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 come on, son. But I remember really processing that in my mind and really, thinking about that, thinking about my dad's situation and really, having some kind of, sympathy for him. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm looking at that in retrospect. See, now that I'm older, I look back and I was like, and I look at the decisions that I make now and how I deal with people. And it's like, yo, you always been a down to earth, real person. And I always, a lot of integrity. I stand tall on integrity, dignity, and that's something that I try to teach to the people that I'm around, and that's just something that I try to personify in my life and in everything that I do, and just who I am. So I just really wanted to get that off my chest. I'm gonna name this. I'm gonna put this in a playlist to where I just give these discussions. It's Marlon B TV. I like to be live. I like to give y'all some entertainment, but sometimes I want to share personal thoughts on who I am and how I really process thoughts. Entertainment and everything is cool, but at the end of the day, I really take care of business. I really get things done. Not to say that most people don't, but a lot of people, African American males, it's hard to find our brothers. And there's a lot of us out there that's really taking care of business. It's just the media outlets don't let us see. But that's why I wanted to create a media outlet of somebody that could have fun. But at the same time, I'll show you my personal life, and how I take care of business and do business and just who I am on a deeper level. So I just want to share that video with you. We'll share this insight with you. Share this, like this, let this be an inspiration to you. But that was just something that I remember when I was 7 years old, man. I made that decision, and that's just how I've always been ever since, ever. So thank you for the entertainment. Thank you for checking in. Peace.